Hi, this tutorial will be on Kreutzer number 18. Now, if this is the first video on my channel you're watching, you will probably want to go and look at Kreutzer's tutorials on number 4, 6, 7, and 17. Oh, sorry, 4, 6, 7, 14, and 17 before doing this etude. Okay? Without further ado, let's begin. But I would encourage anybody watching this to please go watch number 4, 6, and 7 before watching this. Maybe click off this, go look at those, and come back here. Okay? And like always, if I say anything that contradicts what your teacher's telling you, please ignore me. Listen to your teacher. Okay? Let's begin. So the very first bar is basically a review of Kreutzer 4, 6, 7. Okay, all that stuff you learn from 6 and the second half of 7, the falling over of 4, all of that, it's all in there. Let's do that again. Collapse in. Now, the second bar is about bow distribution. Now this I haven't covered in any of my tutorials yet. So we have 2 figures of trills per bow. Okay, so basically the idea here is 1/3 of the bow for the first figure, 2/3 of the bow for the second figure. Again, that's 1/3 of the bow for the first figure, 2/3 of the bow for the second figure. And this teaches us how to distribute the bow so we have more artistic options when we apply this to pieces that we play in our repertoire. So you can decrescendo, you can crescendo. And anything you would like. But just try this bow distribution. It's a great thing to have, and this is something that he's trying to teach in here. Okay? Now, third bar is just like the first bar. Okay? Nothing special. And then we get the trills again. Okay? Now, we have another set of trills. This is going to be 50-50. It's a dotted quarter note connected to 2 16th notes, or in the other way of speaking about it, a dotted crotchet to 2 semiquavers. Okay, so 50% of the bow to the dotted crotchet or dotted quarter note, 50% of the bow to the 2 semiquavers or 2 16th notes. Okay, and again for the sforzandos, we're just going to collapse in. Don't have to do any extra energy. Just collapse in, and you got it. 50%. So by having 50%, again, you can crescendo, you can decrescendo, whatever you choose, whatever you think is better. So collapse in. Okay, so from there you have a few bars of the exact same thing, and then it covers more or less the exact same ideas as before in the earlier part of the etude. Now, when you get to these nice long strings, okay, those harken back to Kreutzer number 14. It's a good idea to go look at that tutorial. Okay, now one thing is you want to have a very, very loose right arm. Okay, right side. Now let's look at this carefully. Okay, this one is basically just having this motion, that smiley face motion. Okay, starting at A string, going down to E string, and releasing up to A string. So you get that nice curved motion. Okay, now all A. Now, or okay, Either way, this is starting to reference directly back to number 14 of a loose wrist, or if you see my tutorial on number 9, depending on the fingering you wish to use, okay, you could honestly do this fingering. Open, 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 oh, or sorry, cross strings. You could do that if you wanted to, or cross, and the cross would be again with the loose wrist, just a string change from the wrist, okay? And this is something that we have from number 14 to release the wrist, release the thumb for a nice smooth bow change. So he's putting all these ideas together on number 18. And that's basically all the ideas that are in number 18 as far as the right hand, okay? Of course, there are some wonderful left hand applications here. I'm not going to cover those in this tutorial because it's too much to cover in one shot. But I hope there's something useful in this video for you guys. Okay, cheers.